What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Lockdown Universe, home of the bizarre, peculiar, and unheard of stories of UFO legend and paranormal lore. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy to be back. Hopefully you guys are doing awesome and taking care of yourselves. Oh, what a day, what a dollar. I tell you, man, that nothing makes me happier than doing this podcast. I tell you, it's just a good time. We like to have fun. We like to play around with it. And I'll tell you, it's just a blast. So, anywho, hey, guess what? We got a wild one for you. You like entities? You like cryptids? You like random shit that happens all the time? Well, we got it for you, baby. We had a humongous accident, and while it's not fun to talk about accidents, they do seem to attract magnetically weird entities that hover over them or stand near them, just like the Mothman seems to stand next to these weird events and be there next to these events. They're there. So, let's talk about it. Okay, so just a few days ago, we had this humongous accident that happened on I-675 in Washington Township in Ohio. Okay, so this accident was massive. Huge backups. And we've been having accidents everywhere. Illinois has had tons of accidents. Wisconsin has had tons of accidents. Seems like the whole Midwest has just been having tons of accidents, time after time, and fatal accidents at that. But the internet currently has been abuzz about this specific traffic accident photo that depicted an unknown gray-clad entity appearing in the image that looks just like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable, baby. You know, when he has the trash bag poncho thing over him, and he's in the water, he's in the rain, and, you know, M. Night Shyamalan's amazing thought process bringing him to life. Oh, my God, it was a beautiful movie. If you haven't seen Unbreakable, what the hell are you doing with your life? Go watch it. Then go watch Glass, and then go watch... What's the third one? Is Glass the third one? I don't know. Anyway, there's three of them. Oh, there's Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass. There you go. All badass movies. Glass is probably the best out of all of them. Some people might argue on that one. They might say Unbreakable is the best one, but everybody's allowed their own opinion, aren't they? So this accident and this image of this gray-clad entity appearing in the image, no one can seem to explain what happened. Why this entity's appearing? Even professionals are looking at this thing, and they're like, "What the hell's going on?" Because he has no right being there. The accident had already happened. There's like 5 fire trucks. There's semis taking the crashed vehicles off the road, and traffic is fully backed up. And that's what they've been doing all over these interstate crashes. They've been blocking off the entire road, which is insane to me. I mean, I know they have to clear out, but they can push everything to the side, and then people can drive on the left. I don't know why they got to block off the entire goddamn lane of traffic. I know it's, you know, these are fatal accidents and whatever, but blocking off the entire lane of traffic, if you know that it's safe for them to travel, get the shit out of the way. People are going to die, man. You know, it is what it is. You driving 80 miles an hour, you know, shit. People are going to die. You got to slow the fuck down, man. You can't be doing all this shit that we're doing. We went from horses and buggies to 150-mile-an-hour cars, you know. I mean, think about it for a second. Maybe not such a good idea. Maybe we should put some limiters on that shit, you know. But because people don't listen to speed limits and shit like that. They don't. I've driven all over the busiest roads you can imagine, and people do not care. They'll go 20, 30 miles an hour or over. They don't care about you or your life. So anyway, a driver was seriously injured after being thrown from their vehicle. Oh boy, Thursday afternoon on I-675. Yes. So this is actually last week. All right, and we'll keep going here. And I'm surprised this wasn't fatal, man. It looks pretty bad. The Montgomery County Sheriff's deputies responded to the scene between exits to the State Route 725 and Fair Hills Avenue. They say a SUV lost control, rolled 7 times, and the driver was thrown from the vehicle to to the road during the crash. Yikes! Now there's a source from a Fox affiliate. I want to show you this, okay? I'm going to show you this. I'm going to make it big here and just kind of show it to you. My computer's running a little slow. I'm not sure why. It's not the Microsoft crash of CrowdStrike or anything like that that I'm aware of. But damn, this thing's running slow. But I swear to you, man, this thing looks like Bruce Willis. There's nobody else I can explain it to. I can't say he looks like a Men in Black. I mean, maybe he looks like a guy from like 1920s France, but he's all in a gray scale. I mean, 100% gray scale. There's nothing else you can say about here. Let me just show it to you here. Look at this. You see that guy right there? Right there? He's on the side of the road. As soon as I can get this computer moving a little bit faster here, I can show you the accident scene, and we can take a look at it. Now, this is interesting to me because I've read so many near-death experiences where there's been hovering people above their body. They've been captured on film. There's been hovering what appear to be angels above crash sites. There's been people who have been in crashes and they've written their testimony about having been in this car accident, and their arm is ripped off and their leg is severed, and they're hovering above their body and they're looking at their beat up, maliciously violated body in this car accident with, like, steering wheels snuggling them into this car and not allowing them to escape for a long period of time. And these guys are, they're looking down on their body like, okay, wow, that's fucked up, that sucks. But they seem dissociated from their body. They're like, oh, it's like looking at a dead pig. It doesn't matter to them at all. The human body does not matter to people who have already passed, or they're halfway past. They're out of their body and they're maybe going to go do a 360 life review and come back. Maybe that's what's going on here. Or maybe this guy is simply a harbinger of death or of injury. Or maybe he caused the accident. Maybe he's somebody who died there or near there and just jumped out in front of traffic and caused the accident, right? If it's a malicious entity, it could have done something like that. People don't think about that, but things could jump out, and they could be anything. They could take the form of a bird or a dog or something like that. They're shapeshifters, like we know of at the ranch, at the Skinwalker Ranch. They call them skinwalkers. So what the hell could this entity be? There's a lot of explanations it could be. Could be a ton of different things. I cannot get anything to move here. I'm thinking I'm going to have to restart my computer at this point. But what I'm fascinated about with this is that I have a family friend. My mother has a friend who grew up in a a house that was built right next to an Indian burial ground. Could you imagine that? So she grew up with Native Americans at the end of her bed. She grew up talking to them. She grew up befriending them. She grew up talking to other spirits. And she stated to me on numerous accounts that either A, there's spirits around other people when she's doing readings, or there's spirits around accidents. What's interesting is one of my best friends came to her for a reading. She was a girl, and then she was dating this guy. And so my friend, she goes with this guy, and he's getting a reading, and she looks, and my friend's name was Nikki. My friend, Ruth is my mom's friend, who's the psychic. Ruth looks at Nikki and she says, "You got to be careful with him. He just got a speeding ticket, and he's already had 2." And Nikki looks at him. His name was Ron. She looks at Ron, and Ron's just like white as a ghost because he just had 2 speeding tickets and just got his 3rd on the way to the reading that we were having at my old job. So this was unknown to anybody except for Nikki and Ron. It's not known to her. Ruth found money that was lost for a couple. She told them exactly where it was. They went home and found it. I personally was there. I personally saw it happen. It was insane. And it wasn't hidden by her because she wasn't friends with him, didn't have access to it. she's told me my future. She's told me other people's futures. You know what I mean? It's just like these beings are real. These entities exist. They interact with our world. It's their world too. They lived in it. They're our ancestors. Have we lived in this world before as well? Is it also our old world? Sure. If you believe in reincarnation, sure, it's our old world as well. But you have to be respectful. These are our elders. These are our ancestors. These are people that live there. Especially Native Americans, they take their land so sacredly and seriously, and to have it taken away violently can result in a lot of negative after effects, including this car accident, including car accidents around the world or around America. Because, you know, if there's any violation of their property, they take it out. They get pissed. They will make themselves known. I'm not saying they're malevolent, but the effects are malevolent, right? The effects are malevolent. So my computer's booting up here again. I wanted to show you this picture if it'll boot up fully, and then I can let you guys go. Have you ever seen an accident? Have you ever seen any spirits around accidents, especially fatal ones? Have you seen a spirit ever? Right? Have you seen a spirit at the end of your bed? Have you encountered any spirits anywhere? I'd love to hear your stories. Put them in the comments section. Here's the shot of the accident. Okay? As you can see, plenty of fire vehicles here, fire department engines and trucks. There's a crashed vehicle. Here's what it looks like to be a tow truck. Some other vehicles, maybe a police vehicle. They're already setting up picture shots, and here's some debris. Now, plenty of guys that are dressed in appropriate gear. This guy's got a regular shirt on. Maybe he's a photographer. What the hell is this? Let's go up a second. What the hell is this dude doing there? There's no reason for this guy to be here. If he was in the accident, he'd be in the hospital getting checked out. He's not waiting for a ride. This is way after the accident. Okay? Let's go back down here for a second. Sorry for the advertisements there. Here's a nice shot. Look at that. See? He doesn't belong there. Let's see if we can get it bigger. He doesn't belong there. He's right next to the debris. He almost looks like he's looking at the camera as he's taking his photo. Look at his long overcoat. Look at his shoes. Everything is in grayscale. He does not belong there. And nobody saw him there. What the hell is he doing? It's almost like the Mothman. When the Mothman shows up, you better get the hell out of that area because something bad's going to happen. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to bring you another podcast. I'm having a good day, feeling good, feeling strong. So I'm going to be continuing to bring them to you. Take care of yourselves, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Follow through on your hobbies and your goals and your dreams. And as always, continue to question the universe around you. Please be safe out there and enjoy your life, baby. That's all I got to say. Until next time, Lockdown Universe out, baby. Peace. Go like, follow, share, subscribe.